In this podcast, we consider Priya, an independent real estate broker, and how AI agents might serve as a digital assistant to save Priya hours of time every week. To create this automation plan for a real estate broker, I gathered more than 30 different top YouTube tutorials on how to use N8N AI agents, and then I asked Google Notebook LM to provide a plan of action to automate workflows for a real estate agent. This podcast will answer common questions from realtors about where to start with AI automations, which automations will have the highest impact, and it will explain how Priya can implement them by sharing real case studies from the tutorials. I saved the AI business plans tailored for independent real estate brokers like Priya's as separate PDF documents, so you can find all those in the links down below in the show notes. Now, if you're someone who sees the potential here and you want to help real estate businesses in your area to benefit from these automations, you're also in the right place. Be sure to grab the PDFs. I'm sure they will help you educate your potential clients. Now, let's jump into the podcast, and there are 3 important sections that work together, so be sure to listen all the way till the end.
Welcome back to another AI Business Plans Deep Dive. If you're looking for real ways AI can help your independent real estate business, definitely hit subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming up. Today, we're really diving into N8N, specifically for someone like Priya, an independent broker, maybe like you listening. We've gone through, well, quite a library of N8N tutorials and resources to see what's actually useful here.
Yeah, our mission today is pretty focused. Find those solid automation examples from the NA world that, actually solve problems for brokers like Priya. And we also want to tackle some of those common questions that pop up, when independent agents think about using AI.
Okay, right. So let's think about Priya's day-to-day. What kind of stuff eats up her time? Just based on, general knowledge of the industry and what we're seeing with AI in real estate.
Sure.
She's likely drowning in routine tasks, right?
Oh, absolutely. Things like sorting through new leads, trying to figure out who's serious, processing documents, endless back and forth communication. It all adds up.
Exactly. And Priya, like probably many listeners, she really needs to free up that time for, the high value stuff, the things that actually grow the business.
For sure. And that leads straight into a big worry for many. How do these new AI tools actually play nice with the systems they already use?
Yeah, that's a huge one. She might have a CRM, maybe some property management software, Teams, or Slack for communication.
Right. Will adding something new, like an AI automation tool, actually integrate smoothly with, say, her Salesforce or whatever she's using, or is it just another tech headache?
That's critical. And it's not just about saving time, is it? It's also how do you keep that personal connection? Real estate is so relationship-driven. Priya's clients choose her for her expertise, her advice, that human touch. Can automation help her be more efficient without making her seem, robotic?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's a perfect lead-in to talking about a tool like N8N, because it might actually offer a way to balance that. So what exactly is N8N?
Okay, so N8N, fundamentally, it's a workflow automation tool. Think of it like digital plumbing. It connects different apps and services so they talk to each other and do things automatically. But the really interesting part for someone like Priya is that it also has AI capabilities built in or easily integrated.
Right. So you're not just automating simple if this then that tasks. You can build more complex, smarter workflows. And going back to that integration worry, N8N is known for having a lot of integrations.
Like what sort of things?
Well, tools she might already be using, things like Google Sheets, definitely. Communication apps like Telegram, Discord, Gmail, of course. Databases like Postgres or SQL Server. Note apps like Notion. Cloud storage, AWS S3.
Okay, that's pretty comprehensive. What about CRMs?
Yep, HubSpot, Salesforce are mentioned. Project management like Trello, Jira, Asana. Even accounting like QuickBooks. Twilio for SMS, WhatsApp, the list is quite long.
Wow, okay. So the chances of connecting her key systems seem pretty high then.
But
But is it easy to use for someone who isn't, a developer?
that's always the concern, yeah. But the feedback seems quite positive, actually. People describe it as powerful, but also, surprisingly approachable even for beginners.
Really?
Yeah, we saw one example where someone built a Slack agent in like half an hour. Another person, who actually is a coder, said they did a task in N8N in 2 hours that would normally take them maybe 3 days of traditional coding.
Okay, that's impressive. So it uses a visual interface.
Mostly, yeah. It's low code, you drag and drop nodes. But it also has the option to add custom code if you need something really specific, so it kind of grows with you.
Got it. So Priya could start simple and then maybe get more advanced later. All right, this sounds promising. Let's get concrete. How could Priya actually use N8N and AI in her business? Let's start with, say, marketing and content creation. That takes a ton of time.
Absolutely. Big time sync. We saw some really cool N8N examples for content marketing using AI agents. You can totally see how that applies to real estate. Imagine automating the creation of visuals for property listings, images, maybe even short videos for social media.
Okay, how would that work? Sounds complicated.
Well, it could start simply. Priya writes her usual property description, highlights the key features. N8N could take that text, maybe even feed it to an AI like ChatGPT to generate ideas for images, like prompts for an image generator AI.
So the AI helps brainstorm the visuals based on the description.
Kind of, yeah. It generates the instructions, the prompts for another AI. Then N8N sends those prompts to an AI image generator tool. There are several that could plug into N8N. And boom, you get AI-created listing photos.
Whoa. That could save serious time and potentially money on photography, especially for certain types of listings.
Yeah.
What about video? You mentioned video.
Yeah, potentially. Those AI-generated images could then be fed into another tool, maybe something like Kling AI or similar integrated via N8N, to create short video clips. Think, quick tours or highlights suitable for TikTok or YouTube Shorts.
Automatically generated short videos.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful for marketing reach. Okay, but visuals are only half the battle. What about the text, the captions, the listing descriptions themselves, the SEO keywords?
AI can handle a lot of that too. Models like ChatGPT, especially newer versions with vision capabilities, can look at images and generate captions. They can definitely draft compelling listing descriptions based on features and suggest relevant keywords to help people find the listing online.
So N8N acts like the conductor orchestrating these different AI tools.
Exactly. It takes the initial input, sends it to an AI for text generation, maybe another for image prompts, another for image creation, maybe another for video. And then it could pull all that generated content, images, videos, text, keywords, and organize it. Maybe dump it all neatly into a Google Sheet for Priya to review.
So it prepares everything ready for her final check and posting. Could it even automate the posting to social media?
Potentially, yes. While the specific tutorials didn't show direct posting to, say, Zillow or specific real estate portals, .NEN does have integrations for general platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. So posting to those could likely be automated or scheduled.
Man, that streamlines a huge chunk of the marketing workflow. Okay, let's shift gears. What about leads? Managing incoming leads, qualifying them, another big time drain.
Huge. And yes, N8N and AI can definitely help here. First, lead capture. N8N can connect to website forms, maybe monitor an email inbox for inquiries from portals like Zillow or Realtor.com.
How would it connect to those portals if there's no direct integration?
Good question. It often uses things like email parsing or, more reliably, webhooks if the portal supports them. A webhook is like a notification that sends data automatically when something happens, like a new lead coming in. So the lead info gets piped into N8N automatically.
Okay, so the lead lands in N8N. Then what?
Then the AI can step in for initial qualification. You could set up an AI agent within N8N to analyze the lead's details, budget, location, property type, maybe even their initial message based on criteria Priya sets.
So it could sort the hot leads from the tire kickers, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It could flag the most promising ones, maybe even score them, so Priya knows where to focus her energy first.
That alone sounds incredibly valuable. What about follow-up?
Automated initial follow-up. Based on that AI qualification, N8 could trigger personalized emails or even SMS messages using integrations like Gmail or Twilio. Just simple things like, "Thanks for your inquiry, I'll be in touch shortly," or maybe asking a clarifying question keeps the lead warm.
Right, keeps them engaged while Priya works through her priority list.
Yeah.
Okay, this is making sense. Now let's talk communication and scheduling, answering common questions, setting up viewings. That can be a real bottleneck.
Oh, yeah. We saw examples of N8 AI agents designed specifically for booking. Priya could totally set something like that up. Imagine an AI assistant on her website chat, or maybe via Telegram or another messenger. It could answer FAQs instantly, any time of day or night.
Like, what are your commission rates, or do you cover this specific neighborhood?
Exactly. The common stuff that she probably answers over and over again frees her up immediately. And then the scheduling piece. This is huge.
The back and forth trying to find a time. Nightmare.
Right. NAN can connect directly to Priya's calendar, probably Google Calendar. It integrates well. The AI agent could check her actual availability in real time and offer suitable slots to the client for viewings or meetings.
So the client picks a time, and it just books directly into her calendar.
Yep, automatically. No more email ping pong. And of course, NAN could then automate sending appointment reminders via email or SMS to reduce no-shows.
Okay, that whole workflow from answering questions to booking to reminders, automating that seems like a massive win. We've covered a lot of specific automations now. For everyone listening, if you're thinking, okay, this sounds great, but how would I actually build this stuff? We've got you covered. We put together a PDF plan of action. It outlines the steps Priya could take to implement these N8N automations we're discussing. You can find the download link in the show notes. Definitely check that out.
Yeah, that guide should give you a more practical roadmap. Because the potential here with NAN, especially for an independent broker, is pretty significant. It lets someone like Priya tap into really sophisticated AI without needing, a whole IT department. It democratizes this kind of automation.
Good point. Okay, one last area: documents. Real estate is infamous for paperwork. Can NAN and AI help there?
That's maybe a slightly more advanced use case, and the tutorials we saw didn't dive super deep into it, but the potential is definitely there. Because NAN is flexible, you could likely integrate it with specialized AI document processing tools.
What would that do? Like read contracts?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Extract key information from purchase agreements, leases, property disclosures, things like names, dates, addresses, financial figures. It might take a bit more setup, maybe using specific AI models trained for documents, but it's conceivable within the NAN framework.
Okay, so maybe not the first thing Priya would automate, but something to keep in mind down the line. It really feels like NAN offers a very broad toolkit for her.
It does. And circling back to those common questions brokers have, integration, we talked about that, NEN's extensive library, and the webhook option make connecting systems very feasible, even if there isn't a pre-built connector for every single niche real estate app.
Right, the webhook is like a universal adapter in many cases.
Yeah.
What about that concern around losing the personal touch?
I think that comes down to how you use the automation. The goal isn't to replace Priya. It's to augment her. Look at the examples. AI handles the repetitive query, qualifies the leads, schedules the viewing, freeing up Priya's time for the personal touch, for the negotiation, the advice, the relationship building.
So it handles the admin burden, allowing her to focus on the human element.
Exactly. It should enhance her ability to provide personal service, not detract from it. And then there are ethical and privacy points, using AI with client data.
Yeah, that's important.
Definitely. While the tutorials didn't focus heavily on this, the fact that NNN can be self-hosted is a big plus. It gives Priya more direct control over her data, her workflows, and her security setup, compared to relying solely on third-party cloud platforms. She still needs to ensure compliance, of course, and be transparent with clients, but self-hosting offers a layer of control.
That's a really key differentiator for brokers concerned about data privacy. Okay, well, this has been incredibly insightful. We've really explored a lot of concrete ways Priya or any independent real estate broker could use NNN to automate their business.
Yeah, from creating marketing content much faster to managing leads more effectively, streamlining communication, automating scheduling. There's a ton of opportunity to boost productivity.
And free up that precious time. The examples, all drawn from real NNN use cases, show it's not science fiction. It's about identifying those tasks that bog you down and seeing how these tools can help.
Right. Find the repetition, find the bottleneck, and see if an NNN workflow with maybe a little AI sprinkled in can solve it.
We genuinely hope this deep dive gave you, our listeners, some practical ideas for your own real estate practice. And seriously, don't forget to grab that PDF plan of action from the show notes. It lays out the steps for implementing these automations.
And if you have more specific questions, maybe about automating a particular task in your business, or you're curious about other AI tools, feel free to reach out. We're always looking for topics for future deep dives.
Absolutely. And if you found this valuable, please subscribe to the deep dive. We're here to bring you tailored insights and actionable knowledge to help you succeed. Thanks so much for tuning in today.